To formally begin the 2021 Virtual Induction Ceremonies, may we call on Dr. Shelly C. Pastores, Secretary of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines.
Good evening and welcome to the first ever virtual induction ceremonies of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines. Last year, the Society was unable to hold its yearly certifying examinations and induction ceremonies because of the healthcare crisis brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. But through the tireless efforts and innovative ideas of our Philippine Board of Ultrasound Examiners and Ultrasound Society of the Philippines Board of Trustees, the certifying examination was successfully conducted last August 14 and 15. We are now virtually gathered here to acknowledge the achievements of this year's board passers. To begin our program, I would like to call on this year's youngest inductee, Dr. Danwin Janel A. Mercado, for the invocation which will be followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Lord, thank you for gathering us all here today for this momentous event. We celebrate the success of not only the trainees, including myself, but also the success of our mentors who have shared their knowledge and experience with us, our training institutions which have become a second home to us and have nurtured us as we grew within their walls, and our loved ones who gave us their never-ending support. This is all our success, and this wouldn't be so if it weren't for our patients who are integral to our medical journey. We thank you for all of this, Lord. But beyond these words and prayer of thanksgiving, what we are fervently praying for more than ever is your protection, Lord. For more than a year already, we have been struggling. A pandemic that struck the entire world and that has burdened us, an enemy that struck so many around us, including familiar names and faces, a disease that struck even ourselves. Before this pandemic, we only truly feared for the lives of our patients. Perhaps for the first time in the majority, if not all of us, we truly fear for our very own lives this time. And that is why we continuously pray for your protection, Lord. Protect us from this disease so that we may protect others. We ask you to give us the strength so we can continuously fight in this war against this virus. We ask you to always light our path so that we may never lose our way and so that we can have the courage to walk forward through these dark times. As we always pray, touch us, heal us, mend us, and hold us. All this we ask of you, Lord. Amen.
At this juncture, let us welcome Dr. Marvin Titamania, Chairman of the 2021 Philippine Board of Ultrasound, for his welcome remarks.
Good evening, everyone. Virtual Induction Ceremony 2021. This batch of inductees will definitely leave a distinct mark in the history of ultrasound practice in the Philippines for the following reasons. It is the first PBI exam during the pandemic time. It is also the first year that the transitory provision of the amended USP Constitution was implemented. We, this year's examiners, wish that this reconciliatory effort of the current USP Board of Trustees will bridge the gap that the society experienced in the past years. The recently concluded examinations gave equal chances to those who formally trained in ultrasound and those who qualified under the transitory provision of the amended Constitution. Due to the pandemic, the current Board of Examiners also implemented some modifications on the mechanics of examination. Also saddened by untimely demise of one of the examiners, Dr. Rodney Piglawan, giving us another reason to cancel the 2020 examination. Unlike in the previous years, it took CBU an extra effort to make August 2021 examination possible. Pre-pandemic, it takes us only 7 to 8 regular meetings to prepare everything. This year, it took us 21 regular meetings, usually until past midnight, to conceptualize the manner of examination and deliberate the questions. Thank God we were able to conduct it successfully. Thank you also to our third-party provider who helped us conduct the examination. Thank you for the patience and dedication of my fellow examiners, Dr. Brian De Jesus, Dr. Maria Reza Powasales, Dr. Maria Teresa Vizquera, and Dr. Maria Cristina Latang. And most of all, we would like to honor the hard work and dedication of the late Dr. Rodney Piglawan, who up to the last minute of his life dedicated his time to our society. In fact, most of the questions in pediatrics were still given by him. I cannot hold my tears remembering him working with us. He's one of the most considerate examiners na nakasama ko. Examination, I can still remember how warrior faces while taking the examination. Your hard work reflects on your eyes, on your facial expression. A while ago, while waiting for the ceremony to begin, once again I look at you, young chronologists. I feel so elated seeing expression of success in your faces. I am so happy to see you again in this event, not to be tested, but to celebrate the product of your hard work. Successful examinees who will be inducted in a few minutes, a warm congratulations. Welcome to the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines. Itaguyod po natin, mahalin at pahalagahan ang USP. Maraming salamat po.
This is indeed a special night as we take time to recognize the hardships and trials of 66 medical professionals who passed the certifying board examinations of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines. They are now set to become full-fledged members and fellows of the society. As a symbol of your achievements, please receive these medallions and certificates on behalf of the USP Board of Trustees and PBU Board of Examiners. Now for the most awaited part of the program, it is my pleasure and honor to present to you the 66 candidates for fellowship of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines. Abalos Lugtung, Soleil Eunice P. Absara Adsner D. Aguilon John Pell Albert O. Alcober Jean S. Almaden Vanessa A. Balberona Percival Leonides P. Barcenas Barrera Reina May R. Bautista Crisette Y. Billones Mondejar Johnny Lisa C. Boquiren Ryan Albert Leonard N. Cabebe Antonio B. Camacho Marie Pamela Antoinette B. Campos Karen Christina B. Carabuena Maria Bettina L. Castel Francis Z. Castro Jonathan Agustin R. Hagan Mary Dulce B. Ho Jelvin T. Kong Fernandez Elizabeth. De los Reyes Regina Amor A. Dino Karen S. Epe Agnes Corazon C. Espino Gaudencio Leon C. Esquivel Mendoza Maria Corazon Amanda E. Foronda Nieto Aurin C. Juliante Alexis B. Hervasio Andrea Therese R. Jimeno Gino Carlo S. Go Mark D. Gonzaga Archimedes A. Hernandez Maria Lavilla R. Hidalgo Glenson, D.A. Hora Loida, A. Juliana Carolino Ana Joy, C. Haen John Patrick, L. Kuhn Rudolph, V. Lakdao Aiki Marvin, G. Lapus Maureen, M. Lerit Lyle Christian, S. Limcaco Magnus Rex, H. Macedo Dan Jared, T. Mercado Danwin Janel, A. Mondoc Reyes Mary Jennifer, U. Morales Lorly, Q. Mosqueda Alain Tracy, P. Musico Janina, C. Paredes Milagros U. Perez Adrian D. Piano Jean Stephanie D. Ronquillo Jose Bernardo L. Samaco Maria Christine B. Sabonte Jezel R. Sabonte Rene Edward E. Sandoval Alvarez Denise Grace R. Santiago Lyrica Lucille Y. Cese Neil Martin D. Sevilla Tiffany P. Tagle Jose Marie K. Tamaño Nerilu Audrey S. Tan Kenneth Brian R. Chiope Emilu DLC. Veloso Ernest Francis B. Villanueva Beverly M. Villanueva Carlo Jose R. Yao Chuck Wagner B. Zuniga Ralph Romualdo A. I would now like to call on Dr. Pedro Danilo J. Lagamayo, President of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines, to formally officiate the oath of profession. Inductees, Board of Trustees, and Board Examiners, please turn on your cameras for the oath taking.
To all inductees, kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me. Okay, is everybody on? Okay. I state your name.
I Kenneth Mercado.
Having been conferred the title of Fellow of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines,
Having been conferred the title of Fellow of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines,
do hereby solemnly swear
solemnly swear
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion
without mental
Purpose of evasion.
that I shall abide by and strictly adhere
that I shall abide by and strictly adhere
to the Constitution and bylaws, Code of Ethics of the Society,
the Constitution and bylaws and the Code of Ethics of the Society,
and that I shall profess and work
and that I shall profess my work
for the advancement of diagnostic medical imaging and ultrasound
for the advancement of
Advancement
diagnostic
of
medical
diagnostic
imaging
medical imaging and ultrasound.
to the best of my knowledge,
to the best of my knowledge, ability,
the business of humanity. So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, everyone.
Help me God.
Thank you, sir.
Inductees,
Thank you very much.
trustees, and female examiners, please keep the cameras open for the group picture taking. You may now turn off your cameras as we go on to the next part of our program. At this point of the program, we would like to give recognition to the people who fared exceptionally well in the examination. Dr. Tamanya, we give you the honor of announcing the top-notchers for this year's board examinations.
Okay, can you hear me loud now? Okay, for this year PBU examinations, there is a total of 72 applicants. 2 of them were disqualified and 1 failed to comply the requirements. Among the remaining 69 qualified applicants, 52 were formally trained, while 17 were under transitory provision of the amended USP Constitution. Out of 69 examinees, 64 successfully passed the examination and 5 failed. Those who failed were all under transitory provisions. Of the 64 successful examinees, the PBU is proud to announce the name of the examinees who garnered the highest combined scores in all parts of the examination and acknowledge the institutions where they trained. The examinee who got the second highest score is Dr. Castel Francis from the National Kidney and Transplant Institute. The top one, we have a tie. From the same institution, National Kidney and Transplant Institute. They are Dr. Bautista Crisette Yu and Dr. Macido Dan Jared. Congratulations to our top-notchers and their mentors. Salute to the National Kidney and Transplant Institute. Thank you.
The success of the ultrasound board examination, despite the pandemic, was made possible through the diligence and hard work of the Philippine Board of Ultrasound, with Dr. Marvin Tamanya at the helm. As he ends his term as chair of the Philippine Board of Ultrasound, please allow us to present this plaque of merit. We would also like to acknowledge the contributions of Dr. Maria Teresa M. Bisquera and Dr. Reza Maria Covasales, who are also outgoing board examiners. Drs. Tamanya, Bisquera, and Sales, the Board of Trustees of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your invaluable services to the Society. Tonight, we would also like to welcome the new board examiners of the Philippine Board of Ultrasound. Dr. Catlea Teresa A. Hironela Manlapas, Dr. Rafael R. Tenorio, Dr. Rene D. Bautista, Dr. Pedro Danilo J. Lagamayo, President of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines, will officiate the oath of profession.
Kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Catlea Teresa G. Manlapas,
Having been elected as examiner of the Philippine Board of Ultrasound,
having
been elected
as examiner
of the Philippine Board of Ultrasound,
hereby solemnly pledge
hereby
solemnly pledge
that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
that I will
faithfully
faithfully
discharge
discharge to the best of my
ability
the duties of my position,
the duties of my
my
position,
position,
and that I will obey the Constitution and bylaws of the Society,
and I will
and
obey the Constitution and bylaws of the society.
I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily
I
I
impose
impose
this
this
obligation
obligation upon
upon
myself
myself
voluntarily
voluntarily without mental
without
reservation.
mental reservation and purpose of evasion.
without
Without
mental
mental
reservation
reservation
and
and
purpose
purpose
of
of
evasion.
evasion.
So help me God.
So
So
help me
help
God.
me God.
Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Congratulations! To formally end tonight's event, I would like to call on our President, Dr. Pedro Danilo J. Legamayo, for his closing remarks.
Good afternoon to everyone. I would like to extend to you my congratulations for having completed the ultrasound fellowship training program and for passing the needed certifying examination in this subspecialty, in spite of the challenging times that we are now in. I would also like to express my gratitude to you for choosing to be a part of the select members of specialists who are trained in this imaging method that is so useful now in medical practice. Ultrasound is an invaluable diagnostic tool that is readily available in most hospitals and even in freestanding clinics all over the country. Our method of diagnosis is so useful and is in fact the safest for patients that this is the only imaging tool for monitoring and evaluating the embryo and the fetus. To all of you, in behalf of the officers and members of the Board of Trustees of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines and the Philippine Board of Ultrasound, in behalf of the Philippine College of Radiology, we would like to send you out to the world to provide the needed diagnostic processes to all patients needing medical attention that is affordable and safe. My sincere message to all of you is to continue learning and improving yourself as we are now approaching a crossroad in the history of radiology in our country. The development and progress of imaging specialties in most countries now espouses organ-based specialization, and our modality-based specialty is at risk of losing its relevance, so to speak. It is our individual duty and responsibility to continuously find ways to improve our capabilities and demonstrate to everyone that our organization is relevant in the Philippine setting, that we will continuously provide the needed services to every patient who will enter our clinics and be very good at it. Never stop learning. Learn from every patient, every case that comes your way. Remember that your patient will be your best teacher after your didactic and in-service training during your fellowship and residency programs. Do not forget to share your knowledge to others, particularly those who will come after you, and to your technical staff. We have to work harder in this subspecialty to really create our niche in the field of diagnostic imaging. And we can only do this if we are one and be the best that we can ever be. I would like to remind you always to talk with your patient, to maintain harmonious relationship with them, as this is the only imaging method that would allow you to directly communicate with your patients. But of course, practicing the needed health protocols and safeguards against the current COVID-19 virus. As you do this for yourself, ensure that these safeguards are also made available to your technologists and office personnel. Please be mindful of our obligation to USP, the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines, the PCR, the Philippine College of Radiology, the organizations that is providing you with the recognition as sonologists and radiologists. All of us has a responsibility to contribute to the maintenance of our organizations by paying our dues regularly, as this is one of the criteria for us to maintain our status as a member in good standing. Likewise, continue to participate in the learning programs of the Society and the Philippine College of Radiology, wherever you choose to practice. Also, a needed criteria to maintain our status as member in good standing Should you choose to go to the provinces to practice, please do not forget to be a member of the local chapter in the area. More importantly, remember to respect the rest of your fellow radiologists wherever you will practice. Always be humble enough to introduce yourself to the radiology group in your area of your practice, and most especially if you will be in a hospital practice. Be respectful to those who are ahead of you. Let them know that you're intending to come into their world. This will ensure peaceful and harmonious coexistence with your peer in the specialty. Be thankful to your parents or whoever responsible for getting you to where you are now. Again, my heartfelt congratulations to the parents who are here or who may not be present at this time. Please continue to guide and support your children, as it is indeed very difficult to establish a medical practice, particularly now in the presence of the pandemic. Always keep a place in your heart for God, whoever He may be in your life. For in the midst of trials and hardship, God is the greatest equalizer. Again, my sincere congratulations to all of you and to your mentors who are instrumental for getting you here. Be humble, be honest, be sincere to everyone you come in contact with. Again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the outgoing Board of Examiners who have been so industrious and so hardworking, who have spent so much of their time to be able to give you a certifying exam, to conduct a certifying examination and get you to where you are now. Good luck and God bless to you. And may your tribe increase. Good night to everyone. Thank you.
This officially ends the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines 2021 Virtual Induction and Awarding Ceremonies. Stay safe, everyone, and good luck in your future practice as fellows of the Ultrasound Society of the Philippines. Good night!